In this video, I want to show you how you can add native Siri shortcuts inside of your Lovable mobile application using the Despia SDK. It's super simple, so let's take a look at that right now. So as you can see on my screen, this is how the shortcuts look. You can just add them in your application, and then your application will open the native Siri sheet, asking the user to, change their phrase or accept this phrase. And then when the user says this phrase to Siri the next time, it's automatically going to open your application and execute a workflow. So let's take a look at this together. It's a super cool feature. So now, as you can see, I'm on lovable.despia.com, and this is where you can find the Siri shortcuts prompt. We have it right inside of here. Now, in order to actually use this feature, here's what we need to do. We need to go into Despia, and we need to have our Lovable project linked with Despia. And then we go to add-ons, hard-code it, and we go to assistant tools. You need to make sure that you allow tool use and creation. This is very important. This will then let you register those Siri tools. Now, if you have just enabled it, you need to rebuild your application for iOS, because this does changes to the native code that Despia generates, right? So I already have done that, so we can just skip that step. Now, inside of Lovable, we're just going to copy this prompt and paste it inside of there. So let's copy the prompt. Now, how does it work? First of all, it adds a reference to the Despia native npm package. It asks Lovable to install the Despia native npm package. It imports the Despia native capabilities through the package on the page where you're using it. And then it creates a Siri shortcut, using the Despia deep link URL schemes. So it does Despia, add to Siri, command, you do your natural language command, it's like a prompt, and then you do JS function, and this is the JavaScript function that, the shortcut will call in your application to start a workflow. Pretty simple and pretty cool. So let's make sure that we copy this here, and let's go into Lovable and let's paste this. There you go. Perfect. And I'm going to say, add a shortcut for, let's go, order coffee, right? We can do order coffee. I hope this doesn't interfere with my Starbucks app that I have. So actually, let's do order, what can we order today? Let's do a cooler one. Show pop-up, right? And then this, I'm going to say this will call the show pop-up function, right? Add a shortcut for show pop-up. This will call the show pop-up function, right? And when the show pop-up function is called, the app will show a pop-up dialog of a success message, right? And then let's say add also a button to register the shortcut. There you go. Called set shortcut. Okay, now we can send this, and then you can automatically also integrate this with your backend. So when this function is called by the native Despia runtime through the Siri integration, you can then, pull data from the backend, or, enable the microphone and then switch to your own voice assistant and have that stream back to your backend. Like, there's so much that you can do with this amazing feature. So it's now creating this, it's installing the Despia native SDK, it's installing the npm package. Now it's editing the files, and as you can see, the beautiful thing about Despia is, because it's so lightweight, how fast those changes are made and how less tokens they actually use. You're almost using none of the credits. I mean, of course, you're using some, but it's very, very low compared to other native frameworks out there. You would be using way more credits with anything else. Like, this is record time setting a native feature up. So let's take a look at the code. As you can see, we're importing Despia from Despia native. That is correct. Make sure that is always in there. And then we define this window function here, show pop-up. That looks good to me. And then we're registering the shortcut. We do Despia add to Siri, command show pop-up, JS function show pop-up. That looks good to me. And then there's a toast even if it was registered. There you go. So let's publish this application and let's update this here. And I'm going to share my phone with you, and we're just going to take a look at this together now. So let's see, and let's try opening the application here. Let me just get my phone connected real quick. So now I've finally got it installed on my phone, so let's check this out. Let's open the application here. There you go, and now we got the set shortcut. So let's set the shortcut here. There you go. As you can see, show pop-up is now a shortcut. Now we can change the phrase if we want, but we don't have to. We can just now, go on done. And now the shortcut has been added. Now, if you would set it again, it would say, hey, the shortcut has already been added. But there you go. It uses now the native dialog to indicate that the shortcut was set. So you got the native UI for that. So now the moment of truth, let's try out the shortcut. Hey Siri, show pop-up. There you go. And the shortcut works. And it's now saying success. The Siri shortcut was triggered successfully. We go on OK. And this is how you set native Siri shortcuts inside of your Lovable mobile application using Despia. Thank you so much for watching. And I can't wait to see you in the next video where we're going to talk about even more exciting native functionalities that you can add into your Lovable mobile application. Thanks to Despia. Take care. Bye.